Good evening, Tallahassee. This is student meteorologist Matthew Wisnett with your Thursday edition of FSU weather. And right now, a little smoky here due to some prescribed burns we've had earlier today, but the sun is still really prevalent. So it's been a little bit of a hot day here in Tallahassee. You can see we have a little bit of that ground clutter due to those prescribed burns that we had. So it's been pretty smoky outside, maybe not the best day for air quality. So I've seen a lot of people staying inside, but cloud-wise, we're going to see some clouds start rolling in tonight. Lows will get into those lower 50s for the most part, so good night to stay inside, maybe get some early sleep if you have those early classes like I do tomorrow. However, we'll see those temperatures warm right back up into those low to mid 80s for the most part, with a couple of clouds streaming in here or there. Headlines, we'll see rain early on but clear out, but we'll see some more this weekend, recapping the severe weather from last weekend and your Thursday sportscast. All this and more on FSU Weather.
Good evening, Tallahassee. Welcome to your Thursday edition of FSU Weather. I'm student meteorologist Priscilla Vijalta.
And I'm Ainsley Goebel.
And it has been pretty smoky outside. I know I went outside to the student union earlier today, hoping to get some studying done on the balcony. Not a great idea as that smoke rolled in.
Yeah, for sure. I noticed driving on the way here all throughout today. It's gotten worse throughout the day, but yeah, for sure, I've definitely noticed that.
Yeah, and really that's going to ramp up in the rest of this spring season. Hopefully some better conditions will come as those prescribed burns dwindle down, and really we've got lots of nice weather to look forward to. But right now, Michaela's going to give us a look at the rest of Tallahassee locally.
Thanks, guys. So yeah, as we've talked about, we've got that live look at Doak where you can definitely see the effects of that prescribed burn. But other than that, we do have a beautiful sky and, you know, some of that smog in the air, and those clouds can definitely set us up for potentially a really pretty sunset. So we are sitting at an 82, which is actually very, very beautiful outside, other than that air quality being a little less than ideal. But throughout tonight, we've definitely got those clouds rolling through. And into tomorrow morning, we could see potentially some of those scattered showers here and there in the Tallahassee area. But for our current temperature, so Tallahassee sitting at an 82, but Mariana up there is at an 80, with Apalachicola dipping down into the 70s at 75. And for those really warm temperatures, we are pretty moderate for our dew points. So when you go out, that temperature is going to feel pretty accurate to what you see on your phone. So it's not too muggy, not too dry, which is kind of lucky. I'm not ready to get back into the muggy summer Florida yet. But as far as wind goes, Apalachicola is kind of our windy spot, as well as Panama City. Tallahassee, we really don't have much wind going on at all, so really nothing to worry about, and it's just a little bit breezy all over. And then as far as our temperature almanac, so we were very above average today, but not anywhere close to the record. However, Apalachicola did break their record today. They were at an 85, and their previous record for the day was 80 degrees. So that's a pretty substantial increase in their record. And then for tonight, we are dipping down into those 50s, so definitely grab a light jacket or a cardigan if you're planning on being out pretty late tonight, because, you know, we're still cooling down at night and you're going to need that. And for the rest of the area as well, it's kind of the same thing. We're cooling down per usual at this time of year, definitely into those 50s. And then as you can see in Apalachicola, that's kind of our hot spot at a 63. So like I said, if you're going out and intending to stay out pretty late tonight, definitely grab that light jacket. And then tomorrow, once again, we are warming up, kind of typical that we've been seeing, so definitely soak in those warm temperatures, because as we see throughout this weekend and into early next week, we might be getting some rain showers, so definitely soak it in while you can. And then tomorrow, once again, we are going to be pretty chilly in the morning, so grab that light jacket, that light cardigan for your 8 a.m.s, but be ready to shed it by midday and going into the early afternoon, where we are going to be back up into the 80s. And then for tomorrow as well, it's kind of rinse and repeat, kind of the same thing as today. We are going to be seeing those mid-80s inland, and then we're going to be into the mid-70s to upper 70s along the coast, which is very normal for this time of year. And then for your week ahead, like I said, on Sunday, we can start to see that rain start coming in, as well as Monday. So just be aware of that. If you get into your car on the weekend, just go ahead and throw that umbrella or that rain jacket in there so you have it for the beginning of next week. And next off, we are going to head over to Mila with a broader scope of Florida. So what's going on with the rest of Florida, Mila?
Well, Michaela, just like Tallahassee, the rest of Florida looks really beautiful as well, especially in Orlando. Just look at that bright blue hue. And these temperatures are nice and mild in the 80s. And that does seem to be the theme with the rest of Florida, as we are seeing temperatures on either side of 80. But just to look out for, it does seem to be very windy in Key West, but overall really great temperatures and not a lot of rain. So if you find yourself in Miami this weekend to party, maybe Sunday isn't the best day, but Friday and Saturday, those look to be better days. And we are seeing some really amazing temperatures. In Tampa, you are also experiencing a really nice weekend. Again, you do have that shower chance on Sunday, but temperatures pretty much sitting in the mid 80s. And same thing in Orlando, as your temperatures are also in the 80s. Again, Sunday, that storm system will work its way into your area. So if you're going to do anything outside, definitely leave it to Friday and Saturday. And Jacksonville, again, that shower chance, rinse and repeat. And Friday, if you're planning on doing anything outside Friday, it looks like a really great day for you. And in Pensacola, if you're maybe heading down to the beach this weekend, maybe do it on Friday or Saturday. And Pensacola, you are a little bit more towards west, which is why you are seeing that shower chance a little earlier on Sunday. But for the current future radar, we are just seeing a little bit of some pop-up showers off the coast of Naples, but pretty much clear skies. And in Central Florida, it does also look like some clear skies. But for North Florida, you are seeing some clouds work their way into the area and some pop-up showers off of Tallahassee. And as I mentioned, that storm system does start to work its way in over Saturday and Saturday evening. So we see that start to develop, and there are some sea breeze showers developing on the Panhandle. But for tonight, it does look like some pretty nice mild temperatures. Maybe not the best night for stargazing because we are seeing some clouds, but except if you're in Fort Myers, you're the spot with some clear skies. And if you do plan on going out this weekend, there are some nice temperatures. Maybe if you're in Tallahassee, bring a light jacket, lots of outfit options. And for tomorrow, again, we are seeing some nice 80-degree weather. Ainsley, what's it gonna look like for the Southeast?
Yes, thank you, Mila, and I just want to congratulate you. That was your first segment. That was amazing, beautiful. And right now we are looking all across the Southeast. It is beautiful out tonight. Definitely go outside and enjoy those temperatures. In terms of our current temperatures, we are seeing 81 as the hot spot here in Tallahassee, and we are seeing a little bit of a cooler breath of fresh air down there in Miami, which is a little bit unusual, but we're going to see those more normal temperatures, the springtime temperatures at 77 up in Nashville. And for your wind, we don't have too much going on in our area right now, but you are going to see a little bit more of that further west, and I'm sure we'll talk about that a little bit more with the national later on, and that storm system that's moving through that is due to. In terms of your futurecast, you're going to be seeing a lot of peekaboo with the sun, as I like to say, and you're going to see a lot of clouds coming up, and you will also see the storm system as it starts to move its way through Louisiana and Mississippi across the southeast. You're going to get a lot of showers there in the New Orleans area, so just take time, go outside, or also make sure to stay weather aware. Maybe don't go outside. If you're bold enough, get on your porch. But we will be also seeing the muggy cast as we watch the humidity kind of follow that storm system. And we're going to see it get pretty humid in these areas again. Just take note of that. It's really only going to mess up your hair, but as annoying as that can be, you should be fine. And also, you are going to see a little bit of that drier air moving its way out right now. And as we look at our Charlotte weekend, we are seeing some storms later on, and that's kind of going to be the copy and paste for the rest of the southeast. So again, I'm just going to preface this for all of them. Just make sure to stay weather aware, stay alert, and in Nashville, you will be seeing around the same thing at a little bit of a different time. You're going to be taking those turns. You're going to get hit Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. And just, again, make sure to stay weather aware of those alerts. And then also Tampa, you're going to get hit pretty hard on Sunday, but you will have a little bit more relief on Monday, unlike some of the other cities, because you're a little further south. And then we are also going to be looking at our New Orleans forecast. They are going to get hit quite a lot throughout the weekend, so they probably want to make sure to keep their phones on a little bit more. And I would just make sure, again, I can't stress this enough, stay weather aware. We're going to talk a little bit more about this actually while Priscilla tells us about the national scope and what's happening here.
Yes, thank you, Ainsley. And across the national, there's actually some very nice, pleasant temperatures right now. We're seeing lots of 70s, 60s, just orange, not any red right now, thankfully. And Texas is actually looking pretty green right now, and that's due to those systems that have been dumping just lots and lots of rain, mostly into parts of coastal Texas, San Antonio. So they're really seeing lots and lots of rain right now. And for our dew points, a lot of the humid air is mostly concentrated in the middle part of the country. Everywhere else is seeing lots of dry dew points. So very pleasant temperatures for most of us. It's really helping to keep the humidity away and really bring us those nice conditions. For our satellite and radar right now, we're mostly focusing on this system in Texas. It's moving pretty slowly, and there's a lot of water ready and available in the atmosphere, especially from the Gulf, really just bringing in all of that moisture and allowing lots of rain to continue to dump onto Texas right now. But for the rest of the nation, we've just got a couple of showers in the Illinois area and off into the mountainous areas of southwest U.S. and into the northwest. For our surface analysis, again, we've got that low pressure down in Texas along with a warm front sloping over the nation and a little bit of a cold front as we go into our western portions. And this cold front in the north is bringing a little bit of snow up into Canada and some rain showers into parts of the eastern Midwest and into the northeast. And for our SPC storm outlook, we do have a slight risk of non-severe and marginal chance for severe thunderstorms. So that could include heavy thunderstorms, strong wind gusts, and potential for small hail as well. We're seeing that mostly concentrated in the Midwest as well as parts of Texas and into New Mexico, as well as parts of the Northwest as well. But again, that risk is shifting a little bit into tomorrow, where it's going to lengthen into parts of Louisiana and portions of Minnesota and into Nebraska. So keep that in mind if you're in those areas. But into day 3 on Saturday, that risk is going to strengthen a little bit more into a slight risk in parts of the Midwest as well, also affecting Missouri. So keep that in mind if you are in those areas. And for our active alerts, really what I want to focus on is these flood alerts in parts of southern Texas right now. There's plans to be lots of rainfall continuing overnight and into tomorrow morning. So if you're in those areas, make sure, turn around, don't drown, and keep yourself and your family safe. We also do have some risks for red flag warnings and potential fire weather associated with all of that dry weather and those low dew points. And on the East Coast, similar red flag warnings. So keep that in mind if you're in those areas. We do have a couple of areas also experiencing winter weather advisories. So cold temperatures aren't quite gone yet. We might be in spring, but not everyone really is in spring yet. And so for our rainfall forecast, we're seeing the highest values of rain really reaching 3 to 5 inches on top of what they've already experienced down in San Antonio. So if you're in those areas, might be best to just stay inside and stay dry for the next couple of days. Snowfall, U.S. is not really seeing too much rainfall, mostly in those parts of the Northwest, but Canada's got lots of snow all across the country. Temperature outlook, we're staying pretty warm throughout the next couple of days on the East Coast, and similar story into the next several days. But into tomorrow, it's going to be a little bit warmer than it was today, but really going back to that system in Texas, they might not be seeing any tornadoes, but they are seeing lots of rain. But it is severe weather season, so at the desk, you guys are going to tell me about some tornado safety tips, right?
Absolutely. So we are definitely getting into that severe weather season. So it's always important to be weather aware and know these safety tips, especially in the mid to southeast area. I know you guys, all of us got hit pretty hard with tornadoes a few weeks ago, so these are especially important right now. So the first point is to find shelter on the lowest floor with no windows. Listen to the NOAA weather radio or local news stations for all of your updates.
Right, and as she mentioned, listen to the NOAA radio, and with that you get either a tornado watch or a tornado warning. Remember that the tornado watch is we're experiencing the right conditions for the tornado, but a warning means that there's actually a tornado spotted in your area, so that means you have to take cover, get yourself in a safe location.
And you're going to want to protect yourself with a helmet or use a mattress or blankets if you feel like your safety is at risk. The most safe place you can be in your home is in the most interior room if you do not have a basement, like most of us in Florida. But if you do have a basement, any basement room that has no windows, you're going to be in a really safe spot there. But once again, if you do not have that basement, get into the most interior room in your house with no windows.
And the safest place is ultimately going to be a bathtub. So, but now Matt's going to tell us about the sports world. What's going on?
March Madness is starting once again. We have the Sweet 16 kicking off tonight. We'll see Bama versus BYU. Both these teams, high three-point shooting teams. So while the weather might be clear for this game, we might see some rain inside the arena with how many threes they'll be shooting. Maryland versus Florida. Unfortunately, the team down south is playing the Sweet 16. No one likes to see it, but here we are. The weather should be great, though, as we'll see upper 50s for the most part throughout game time, and even once you get out, hopefully Maryland will pull off a big upset, as honestly, no one wants to see Florida in the Elite Eight. Duke versus Arizona, the last ACC team standing, playing Arizona. Will Caleb Love once again sink Duke in March Madness? We will find out, but weather will be sitting in those mid-40s for the most part, pretty clear, so it should be great when you walk outside. But we might see a lot of blocks in that game, so it'll be anything but clear in that game. Arkansas versus Texas, sitting in those upper to mid-50s for the most part. Both these teams like to get inside the paint and get a lot of twos, so it might be cloudy outside and it might be cloudy inside once again, as we'll see a lot of physicality between those two teams. Tomorrow, we'll start off the first session with Ole Miss versus Michigan State. Both teams like to shoot the ball a lot. Ole Miss, a heavy three-point team, but clouds will persist outside, but we'll see maybe that rain more inside with how many threes they might be making. Tennessee, Kentucky, SEC rivalry, both these teams wanting to knock each other out big time. Hopefully, we'll see maybe Kentucky pull off an upset, as my bracket would just love to see it. But Michigan, Auburn, Michigan looking to continue to go forward, maybe see Michigan State in the Elite Eight. Could be a huge rivalry there, but great weather afterwards, so it should be a great time for that game. And the last game, we'll see Houston versus Purdue. For Purdue, it'll be more of a home game. That weather will be sitting really nice, though, in those mid-60s for most of the game. Michaela, if you're not trying to enjoy March Madness, though, or even opening day in MLB, what do we got in Tallahassee?
So in Tallahassee, we've got all the typical things you can do. However, tonight, personally, I wouldn't recommend being out too much. Even though those temperatures are beautiful, we definitely have that smog covering the area. So as much as I would love to be out and about right now, for those that have allergies or some respiratory issues, it's not advised. So definitely stay inside, but there's plenty to do there. Cook a nice dinner. You could read a book, do a movie night with your friends. Plenty of ideas still. But for tomorrow, if you have a dog like I do, hi Kenzo, definitely I would take him out around 9 o'clock because that is kind of a good time for me. But it's not too cold, not too warm. But definitely if you're going out in the morning or hitting that 8 a.m., grab that light cardigan or that light jacket because you're going to need it. It's still chilly in the mornings with us as well as the evenings. And then at Shell Point Beach, it's a beautiful live look. It's a solid 82 there. It's absolutely stunning. I wish I was there right now walking the beach. But once again, because of that smog and that cloud cover that's coming in overnight tonight and staying throughout the morning, the conditions for starting stargazing are not fantastic. They're fair. So I would put your stargazing maybe to next week, because also throughout the end of the weekend and beginning of next week, we are going to have that rain. But that smog is not going to affect, or that cloud cover is not going to affect our airports. We've got no delays here, and none expected for really the rest of the U.S. either, or any of these major cities. So that's really exciting if you're traveling or still on spring break or coming back. And then once again, we've got that look at the Sportsplex with that smog. So just kind of a reiteration of the fact that we are under pretty intense smog right now, but we still have that beautiful 81 degrees outside. So if you do go outside, you're going to feel that nice temperature. And then for tonight, we are cooling down once again. We're going to be hitting the 60s. So again, if you're going out to dinner tonight and you're planning to stay out pretty late, grab that light jacket, that cardigan, an extra layer just to make sure you're not chilly. And then again for our weekend forecast, so we have a beautiful Friday and Saturday, so soak that in, because on Saturday or on Sunday as well as Monday, we are definitely going to be seeing some of those thunderstorms. And with that, we are going to move on with Priscilla.
Yes, thank you, Michaela. So as we head into the rest of the local, we are seeing all of that smoke really just settling over Doak Campbell Stadium, really giving some really yellow and orange hues to our sunset look right now. But it is currently 82 degrees, very nice conditions with just a couple of clouds in the sky and just a very slight breeze. So that's really keeping that smoke really just sitting over us right now and feeling really unpleasant for our air quality. Into the next couple of days, we're going to see some cloud cover rolling in and rolling out, really just meandering, but we're not seeing any rain, so that will be making way for pleasant conditions into your Saturday and stormy conditions for your Sunday. Current temperatures across the region, we're mostly sitting on either side of 80 right now, dipping a little bit cooler into 77 at Thomasville and 75 in Apalachicola, but otherwise very pleasant conditions right now, especially with not any rain. It was a great day to get outside until that smoke rolled in. And our dew points right now are pretty dry, so that is increasing that risk for fire weather. So these prescribed burns are really very important for us here in the southeast as we try and maintain the health of our forests and prevent even larger forest fires from occurring. And right now, we're not having too much wind right now, mostly a strong breeze at 10 miles per hour in Apalachicola and a slight breeze here in Tallahassee at 3 miles per hour. But that prescribed burn was in the north of Tallahassee, 100 acres wide. So really it's just sitting over us and meandering, like I have said. And for our temperature almanac, it was pretty hot today, a lot hotter than average, almost about 10 degrees warmer, and only about 6 degrees away from our record high. So pretty toasty, and we're going to be seeing that trend continue for the foreseeable future. Into the overnight hours, it's going to get down to 54 degrees with some clouds out and about, and again, a slight breeze. So if you're heading out, make sure to bring that jacket with you to stay warm as you make your way inside for the night. And for the rest of the region, we're seeing pretty consistent temperatures around that 54, 53 mark, with a little bit warmer down by the coast, 61 at Carabel. So we're seeing pretty nice conditions into the overnight hours tomorrow. But it's going to be pretty chilly in the morning, but it will warm up all the way to 83 degrees with a bit of a stronger breeze from the south at 12 miles per hour. So keep that in mind for your day tomorrow. You don't want to lose your hat. But throughout the afternoon hours, it's going to warm up pretty fast, all the way to 76 at noon and to 80 by 6 p.m. And tomorrow, similar story, highs near the 80s. And for the 7-day forecast, we're seeing those storms roll through Sunday and Monday. So keep that in mind for the next couple of days. But it was a great day here today at FSU Weather. Why don't you guys round the show out, Matt and Ainsley?
Yeah, it was a great day until I walked outside and saw the smoke, and then my allergies were killing me. I don't know about you, Ainsley, but...
Oh, yeah, for sure. My allergies were so bad. My girlies at Sephora let me know that it is the oak tree pollen today that is affecting us. I wasn't sure about that.
I wasn't sure either. I just know the pollen was making my allergies kill me the past week, and, you know, the smoke from the controlled burns, it's just... what a deadly combo for those allergies, I would say.
Yeah, for sure. And I don't have allergies back home in Nebraska. I've only gotten them down here. I didn't even know that the yellow pollen on the cars was a thing till probably this time last year, but yeah.
Florida will do that to you, I will say that. But we want to say congrats to Mila. It was her first show today, and that is a big accomplishment. So congrats, as it can be very hard. But The weather has been really nice so far, but we're going to go ahead and get to those socials for you. So if you're following us on FSU Weather, don't forget to follow us on Twitter.
And also like us on Facebook at FSU Weather.
We are also on Instagram as well, so follow us at FSU Weather.
And don't forget to subscribe on YouTube at FSU Weather.
And last but certainly not least, don't forget to follow us at FSU Weather on TikTok as well. And we're going to take one last look at the 7-day forecast.